Alright, we will start this right away. I just need to make sure everything is working. There isn't. Just a moment. I started the stream too early. The audio doesn't work. My god. What have I done to myself? Why doesn't the audio work? I don't understand. I'll try to reset. I'm so sorry about this. Oh. Embarrassing. Maybe. Ah, okay, it's working now. I just had to reset it. It's difficult. Again, this is an unofficial translation, so thank you very much to the translation team. Oh, I have to show myself. Hello. Let's fight. It always glitches a little bit at this point. I think the audio should be balanced. It kind of tricks me because the intro is so loud compared to the rest of the game. Ah, the battery saver is on. Hahaha. My bad. Computer wasn't plugged in. That's fun. My bad. You can even sing, it's beautiful. It's so cute. Although the lyrics were made by the translation team. Like if you just play the Japanese, it won't come with, you know, the lyrics you can sing to. That's a flashy intro. Let's start. She looks a bit funny here, but... Haha, we have the man-eating classroom. Whoa, it actually records the time. That's pretty cool. I'm actually really surprised that the DS emulator has the time set up. That's pretty impressive. That's cool. Anyway, this is a visual novel, so get ready for me basically narrating the entire shit. Nagato says, "That's impossible." Hey, but isn't it a bad idea to leave them alone? Pinpointing the data lifeform that appears to be generating alternative space is difficult. It may currently be in motion. I felt the dejection of a sumo wrestler thrown out of the ring after his attack was paired. It'll take some more time to identify the precise location. Well, then I leave that up to you, Nagato. Understand. In that case, there is only one thing we can do. And that would be... we must do what we can to keep Miss Suzumiya away from the school. To make Miss Nagato's job easier, as well as to help to prevent the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario? If Miss Suzumiya witnesses this abnormal situation, there may be grave consequences. She'd probably be overjoyed. I'm afraid that's not the point. If Miss Suzumiya observes alternative space, she will come to believe that it truly exists. A world in which alternative space exists, everywhere could become reality. The very definition of a global crisis. I couldn't brush off what Koizumi said. A world where glowing giants rampage freely, a world where nobody else exists. I've seen all of that before, with my own eyes. The last thing I want is another confusing world like that, getting mass-produced. But Suzumiya, she's very enthusiastic about searching for unnatural phenomena. There are several ways to keep Miss Suzumiya away from the school. For example, arranging for something else that might capture her interests. Alternatively, making her fundamentally lose interest in this particular phenomenon. Lose interest? Either way, we are sorely lacking the information. It may be helpful to listen to more of what Computer Society members have to say. That's true. I think we should split into two groups, one to distract Haruhi, and the other to gather info. This is quite troublesome. This is quite a troublesome matter, isn't it? We'll also need an excuse for being short on members when we meet back up with Haruhi. About that, it may be fine to honestly say we went back to interview the witnesses more. So then we should do this. Cool. Ah, okay, I can save my progress. Cool. And let's continue. What should we do? Okay. So we have two teams. Can I oh, that's pretty nice. I can actually, like, assign teams. I don't know. I honestly feel that this is probably the best team combination. I don't know. Like, for interviewing, I guess you want Mikuru because she can charm them, and you want Kyon because he's straight to the point. And yeah, we'll just keep it like that. It's fine. What do I have to click? I'm not sure what to click. Ah, okay, I have to do it like this. Yeah, I would do it like this, honestly. Although, yeah, I think this is the best. Taking Asahina with me, I came to ask more questions of the Computer Research Society. Eek! There was a strange tension among the members who stood before us. We don't have anything else to tell you. Can't you leave us? He's as blunt as a peasant. Actually, where does that expression even come from? I'm sure Koizumi would spill his vast knowledge if I were to ask him. I'd rather avoid that turn of events, so I'll turn my attention back to the club president. Don't be like that. I just like to ask more questions. There isn't anything you didn't tell Haruhi, right? There's nothing we've told you, everything we know. Besides, getting involved with you lot is never a good idea. Could you stop interfering with our work? Please, we beg you for a little bit of your time. What? Don't get so close. The moment Asahina asked, the club president recoiled in fear. It seems like he's still reeling from what happened in the past. When that happened, the true victim was Asahina, you bastard. Committing the unforgivable sin of touching Asahina's chest. Unbelievable. You should be thankful you're still healthy. Though, it can't be denied that he's the victim of Haruhi's scheme. Kyun! In response to the president's refusal, Asahina's eyes clung to me. Kyun, let's get straight out of here. After suggesting a tactical retreat, Asahina nodded with relief. We're very sorry for intruding, people of the Computer Society. If you can help it, don't come here. But... Stay in there, Prez. Don't be seduced by her womanly charms. Right, of course. Those eyes won't work on me. If any more of our newest PCs are taken by your brigade, Chief, it'd be a nightmare. I'm sorry. It's my fault, isn't it? That's not true, Asahina. It is. It's because of me that the members of the Computer Society are so on edge. Yeah, maybe, like, I should have picked Yuki, because she's as much, like, she would fit in the room with them, like this silent nerd character. So yeah, that would be smarter. I didn't think about the incident. I definitely want Asahina to know the difference. Rather than discussing it here, why don't we head back to the club room and think over? I suppose. Oh, right. Since we're going back to the club room, I hope I can drink your delicious tea. Asahina flashes me with a delightful smile in response to my words. Of course, I'll do my best to brew the best tea I can make. It's so hard to read this slow text. If it weren't an emergency, I'd happily enjoy the bliss of drinking tea with you, Asahina. As it stands, we are unfortunately in a tight spot right now, so it's not so easy. For now, we just want information, right? I don't want to hear their scary stories, but it would be a disaster if Suzumiya saw the strange occurrence you did. We somehow need to get more details from the Computer Society if we're going to get ahead. I've just become a hindrance to you. Aww. I mean, I'm not as capable as Nagato or Koizumi and stuff. I can't do anything. More than that, because we can't ask them any more questions. Asahina is clearly unaware that she's the SOS Brigade's indispensable shining angel. She's seriously depressed. If only Haruhi could pick up that restraint from Asahina. It's not your fault at all. Because of you, I get to drink delicious tea. Kyun, thank you. Though, I'm not sure how we should conquer the Computer Society. So either Kyun can go alone, or we can bring them tea, which is probably the smarter idea. Let's go with the original plan of trying to trick them into helping. How about bringing them some tea? Relief? Your deliciously brewed tea may serve to relax them and soothe the tension. They would really be less wary from something so trivial? Us SOS Brigade members are so used to this level of luxury, unlike the computer folks. I answered proudly. Luxury? She really has no awareness of what she does for us. Well, that's very like her, I suppose. Okay. Even though I told you not to come here, you folks really are shameless. Well, never mind that. How about some tea? I don't know what tea you like, so I was like, hard to choose, but I went for the berry tea since I thought it might be good for tired eyes. And since you're all thinking a lot, I thought maybe it would be best to add some sugar. I'll try to sweeten it up a little with some maple syrup. I think she chose the right thing for the computer nerds. Relief from eye strain and nourishment for the brain? Asahina brought some freshly brewed tea for you. You don't need it? You all look tired, so would you like to take a sip? The SOS Brigade's oasis. Asahina's smiling face, the tea she brewed with love. These melted the stubbornness of the computer society, like spring on a snowy mountain. Let's take a break. Yes, my plan worked. So, about class 10. Oh, this berry tea is delicious. It feels like my head is being cleared. Thank you very much. Thank you. I feel like we can make an amazing game. Eh? You're making a game? Oops, I didn't mean to let that slip. Don't tell anyone. Oh, okay. It's a secret, I understand. But you can really make a game just by yourselves? That's amazing. Well, it's impossible if you aren't as skilled as we are. As I said, I want to know more details about the class 10 that shouldn't exist. Even with the skills, it's a huge undertaking. In any case, everything in the game is original. We're not using any pre-existing engine. Oh, damn. Engine? That's different from what makes a car move, right? Haha, well, of course. Aren't you an amusing one? I'm sorry. I don't know much. Not at all. On the contrary, it's pleasantly refreshing. Could we quickly get to the matter of class 10? What kind of games do you like, Asahina? Me? You ask what kind, but I haven't really played any. She's not a real gamer. He completely forgotten about his fears from earlier, and now won't leave Asahina alone. I guess this leaves me with only one option. I'm gonna say it. Man, let's break the poor guy's heart. Asahina hates games, you know. Really? So, I don't think it's nice to force her to talk about them. It's true that I don't know much about machines, but I wouldn't say I hated them. Asahina said so as if she knew how the shocked president was going to react. I'm surprised people like that still exist in Japan, the great country of games. You probably qualify as a failure of a Japanese citizen. That's a little extreme. Huh? I'm a failure of a Japanese citizen? Asahina took it seriously and appeared dumbfounded. What a pure-hearted person. I'm sorry for hurting you. Man. You're completely different from your brigade chief, aren't you? I'm not that thrilled that he assumes we're just all like Haruhi. On the other hand, I also don't like him becoming overly obsessed with Asahina. Especially as the president has a mark on his criminal record for crimes against Asahina. I really envy you. You could say I'm jealous even. The computer society members nodded in unison. The lack of progress is killing me. Even now, unbeknownst to everyone, the world is in danger. Probably. How about you leave that dreadful brigade, Chief's brigade, and come join us, Asahina. Hold on. What did you just say? She's the SOS Brigade solo oasis. So, I can either choose Haruhi won't forgive you. Yeah, let's choose this one. Even if Koizumi says it's fine, Nagata would say nothing, and I would give you a firm no. There's no way Haruhi would allow that in the first place. According to Haruhi, Asahina is the SOS Brigade's mascot after all. I wonder what Haruhi will do when she finds out you said that. At the name Haruhi, the president's face went pale. Is now good to is now good to say serves you right. If you want to try scouting as a Hina, try again in 100 years. Yeah, because she's a time traveler. Smart. This is getting quite fun, actually. Thank you for giving up on recruiting her so quickly. After that, the Computer Society president and the members didn't leave us alone for a while. Really? That sounds really tough. Oh my. You're the only one who understands us. It sounds like tough work. Good luck. And please try your best. Indeed, we will do the best we can. I'm amazing. It's amazing. I really respect it. Respect? How wonderful. Good grief. We heard 3 times more complaining and boosting than information about class 10. That was probably a waste of time. What? How didn't we get in? It's possible that they genuinely don't know anything else. I think that's probably the case. So in the end, nobody was able to get any more conclusive data. Haruhi said, looking like she was sitting at 120% discomfort index. Incidentally, that nobody includes you too, Haruhi. Oh, but my bad, I clicked away on accident. What were you doing? This isn't good enough. The SOS brigade is better than this. Haruhi appears to be angry that we hadn't produced any significant results. Alright, so her focus meter is going to the left. But hey, it's not like I don't understand how she feels. It's true that we weren't able to get any new leads or information at all. I wanted to find something that might dissuade Haruhi now. What the hell? Jeez! Why won't you show up already? Reveal yourself, man-eating classroom. Don't go kicking in the walls just because the phenomena you're looking for won't show up. Why not? There could be hidden doors somewhere, right? So I'm simply investigating. From my perspective, it just looks like she's taking out her frustration to the walls. Don't be shy, Haruhi. I'll give you the count of 3, 2, 1, go! Haruhi's kicks were so aggressive, they left a clear imprint on her indoor shoes. From her indoor shoes. It's like the Japanese walls would have holes in them by now. I don't like where this is going. Same here. I'm just praying she doesn't cause any property damage. No, this is not what I meant. I'm referring to the Miss Suzumiya's emotional state. Don't tell me you've forgotten when frustration builds up within her. Closed space or whatever starts bubbling up, putting the whole world is in danger, right? Indeed. I'm sure you recall the figure of those celestials. To be honest, I wish I could forget. Memories can be troublesome things. Is that how critical things have gotten? Most likely, yes. But if you are looking for a concrete analysis, I'm afraid I can't provide. Which means there's only one person here who's able to accurately grasp the situation. What's the status, Nagato? The space is processing. The space is proceeding to further destabilize. We must quickly respond. Even if we need to hurry, it's too tricky in this situation. I have no idea what we should. What? What are you talking about? Little exclamation marks. Haruhi suddenly stuck her nose in. We're discussing who's gonna wipe clean the wall you stamped your dirt into. Well, that's boring. Talk about something more constructive. Like, how to get the man-eating classroom to appear. Maybe you need a living sacrifice. She said something terrifying again. That's right. You probably need a human sacrifice. And only beautiful girls get swallowed up. Saying so, Haruhi's gaze turned toward Asahina. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, she got distracted, so that's good. What is that? What are you looking at me? Yep, Mikuru is more than good enough to be an exceptional sacrifice. Sacrifice? Or maybe we could use Kion's little sister. Oh, what? Is something up? Don't elect my little sister as a sacrifice like you own her. For one thing, the Computer Society member who claimed to witness it is a guy. I've never heard of any beautiful girls in the Computer Research Society. That's why he didn't get sacrificed. He's lucky he's the only witness. Mikuru, little sister, come over here for a second. Okay, sure. Really? Just for a second? Whoa, whoa, is this okay? If Haruhi's dead set on the idea, it's not that uncommon for it to become a reality. Dangerous. We have to convince Haruhi that Class 10 doesn't exist by any means necessary. At this point, should I just try and fool her with some random made-up story? Those guys have been exhausted from pulling on all-nighters. They were just seeing things. It would be far too easy if all it took was something like that. Well, there's nothing to gain from sitting here worrying about it, so I'll just give it a try. I'll tell her that 10 doesn't exist. It's all being a big understanding. Hey, Haruhi. Just a moment, please. Koizumi stopped me with his arm as I began to call out. What is it all of a sudden? It would be wise for you to reconsider. What? Persuading her with words is not a viable strategy right now. If not now, then when? I don't think it's a matter of timing. Most likely, Miss Suzumiya. You needed me for something, Koizumi? Did you find a lead? Bad timing, Haruhi. Back. The sacrifice strategy is no good after all. We have to think of some other method. Like breaking the walls with a pickaxe or something. Her suggestions have only gotten more absurd. Seriously, those Computer Society guys weren't just lying to us, were they? Based on their behavior, they certainly didn't look like they were lying. But that's just because they're terrified of Haruhi. We have history with them after all. That's right. Their club president was trembling with fear, just like my little sister. Whoa, what's wrong? Kion, I have to go to the bathroom. What? I may be your big brother, but I don't know what to do if you say that all of a sudden. You're asking me to accompany you to uncharted territory of the women's restroom? I've been holding it for so long. Bathroom. I get it. Just hold it for a little longer. I can't hold it. Looks like we've got no choice. Then I'll take you there. I don't suppose you know where the bathrooms are, huh? Come on, I'll go with you. Haruhi. I'm gonna have to go at the I'm gonna have to go at the Computer Society while we're at it. Okay, let's go, little sister. Yep. Okay, so Haruhi got distracted. That's good. Haruhi left with my sister. Phew, that was scary. Leaving behind Asahina, who was nearly offered as a sacrifice earlier. So, you were saying? I was saying? Don't play dumb. Why did you stop me earlier? You didn't finish telling me. Ah, so I did. Pardon my rudeness. I was merely wondering, is Miss Suzumiya actually the type to be so easily persuaded by others? What do you mean? Although we've only known each other for a bit, I've been analyzing her in my own way. If I had to say, she may be the type that likes to solve everything by herself. Well, that might be true. If that's so, wouldn't imposing our own conclusions on her have the opposite effect? Observing her evidence, assembling her deductions, and being led by her conclusions. Only by doing so herself would Miss Suzumiya be fully convinced, don't you think? Don't be so long-winded. In short, she'll reject any opinions that aren't her own, right? I don't have the nerve to assert it so confidently, I'm afraid. After all, I'm quite a timid person. You have quite the nerve to say something which isn't true. About that, couldn't the reverse also happen? Hina jumped in unexpectedly. The reverse? What would that mean? Like, if we were to guide her to a conclusion, that would convince her, maybe. I was just considering the same thing. As long as she's convinced that all that matters, even if, for example, we trick her, dangle that glimmering carrot of evidence in front of her face, huh? I suppose that also one method to consider. Nagato, what do you think? ... Surely you at least have an opinion. Haruhi Suzumiya's decision is the conclusion. The process does not matter. Therefore, guidance is effective. In other words, Nagato has the same view as Koizumi and Shahina, arranging clues at every turn in order to guide Miss Suzumiya's deduction. Most likely, it will require quite a bit of team play, wouldn't you say? I agree. We can't accomplish much on our own. Cooperation is paramount. Alright, if we take that line of action, what should we start with? Information sharing is a maximum priority. It is essential that all members know the countermeasure. That's right, let's share any clues we found. Something that we don't know, anything else. We quickly exchange all the information. Alright. This is a new menu. So, we have the team A, which didn't really discover much, right? We went for details, and Mikuru made tea. We didn't really find out anything interesting. The team B, H2O, calm and quick. I don't know what it means. I guess Nagato and Koizumi apologized for not finding anything. I guess. I'm not sure what to do here. Ah, okay, you can use more, like, these are like the cards now. These are now like the cards I can use. Okay, so this is where the gameplay part comes in. Japan, the nation of games. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I like the graphics. Look, it's cute. Understood. I'll do my best to lead Suzumiya. Thanks. I really appreciate it. For the time being, our goal has been set, though I'm still concerned about this situation. We haven't encountered any major problems yet, but you never know. Nagato, have you figured out the location of the data lifeform, or whatever it's called? Not yet. More time is required to pinpoint its coordinates. What kind of data lifeforms could this be that even Miss Nagato's methods can't pinpoint it? You sound like you doubt its existence, even though Nagato just confirmed it. Could it have already gone back to its own world? That is improbable. Traces of the subjects are constantly being identified. It's probably just really good at hiding. As usual, the situation is less than ideal. What about the story with the mirror? Can't they try that? And we can't say that Miss Suzumiya's mental state is looking good either. I was just contacted by my associates. By the suspicious organization Koizumi operates under. The agency, right? It's not quite severe enough that closed space is sprouting up yet, but it's only a matter of time. It seems like things are only getting worse. We have no choice but to make a continuous effort to keep Miss Suzumiya occupied. As per the aforementioned plan, we'll also have to grab her attention with other things. Yeah, I guess. It's a huge pain, but with the world at stake, what other options do we have? When I phrase it like that, it makes us sound like heroes saving the planet. So, why don't I feel heroic, in the absolute least? Huh, Haruhi? Good grief. Well, then, in accordance with our guide by the hand strategy, we'll lead Miss Suzumiya, because we have no other choice. If we did, I'd be along the lines of dragging her out of the building by force. Of course, there would still be the fear of worsening Haruhi's mood, and what a pain. Shouldn't be long before these two are finished. Let's go meet up with them. I can hear it already, waiting outside the girls' bathroom. You're the worst. It's okay. I'm sure everything will work out. Asahina admirably went out her way to encourage me with her smile. Well then, it's about time we head off, don't you think? You guys go on ahead. I'm gonna clean the wall that Haruhi stained with her shoes. Good guy, Kyon. Do you mind if I stay and help you, Kyon? No, there's absolutely no need. Just the sentiment alone was enough. Thanks for healing my heart, Asahina. I will go ahead. Nagato walked off, followed by Koizumi and Asahina. Well then, I'd better get rid of these marks. Not that I'm her guardian or personal janitor or anything. Ugh, where's something to wipe with? I guess that was a strange sensation you might refer to as feeling a presence. Excuse me? When I saw what I looked over my shoulder, it was certainly unexpected. But at the same time, I felt like I knew this was coming. What? Standing there was the long-haired girl I saw walking past the window before. Wait. Is it actually... Couldn't it be just a look-alike? Please tell me I'm wrong, but isn't she an actual spirit? The possibility isn't zero if Haruhi really wanted it. Even ghosts could surely turn up. Who are you? These words, I had barely managed to get out, were swallowed up by the ensuing silence. What is this feeling? It is like the hairs on my body are standing on end. The air feels undully cold, even though it's the middle of the summer. ... Huh? In that moment, the girl, who hadn't moved a muscle, suddenly beckoned to me with her hand. That movement, like branches swaying in the wind for a mere moment, I was captivated. Huh? Oh shit. It was an unbelievable sight. Hey, you're kidding, right? This isn't that alternate space, is it? That 10 classroom that Nagato rescued me from earlier? Seriously, it's happening again? I instinctively scanned around it, and it was just as I expected. No doors in sight. Only these featureless walls conjured to separate me from the outside world. As if they'd always been there, since long ago. Calm down, calm down. Just cool your head. What might have caused me to end up here? Was it that long-haired girl that sent me here? What is she? Some spirit that Haruhi created. Or maybe some kind of data life form. Not that it matters, but getting trapped in the suspicious classroom like this repeatedly. Bitter memories of when Ryoko Asakura tried to kill me float back in the surface. I don't think so, but could someone be aiming to kill me this time as well? If they are, I can't afford to waste any time. Huh? At that moment, something entered my field of vision. A laptop. In the center of the classroom, a singular laptop had been left running. There was one last time I came here too. Could this be the data lifeform's main body? What? This could be dangerous. Wait, no. It's definitely dangerous. Let's assume that this really is Class 10. What was it like? Haruhi kept calling it again. She gave it some considerably ominous nickname. I'm sure of it. Ah, the man-eating classroom. In other words, if I don't do something about this, am I going to be eaten alive? This is bad. This is seriously bad. What did she have in mind when she thought of this man-eating classroom anyways? Honestly, it's way too sinister. I don't even want to know. Hey, is it there anyone outside? Nagata, Koizumi, Asahina! I went back and forth across the wall, hitting it, searching for an exit, but to no avail. Until finally... Whoa, whoa, whoa! A giant mouth emerged onto the classroom's blackboard, bearing countless fangs. I don't see any fangs. You've got to be kidding, Haruhi. What should I do? What even can I do? How did it get out how did I get out of this last time? Try to remember. Come on, brain, remember. The mop. I just need to wipe away that horrific giant mouth with a mop. I ran to the locker housing the cleaning equipment and took out a mop. And just like before, carefully bring the head of the mop closer to the blackboard. That's the mop, I guess. What? I clicked away again. The mop was easily snatched by the fangs and snapped like a twig. And, as if it couldn't get any worse, that big mouth is only getting bigger. While I'm at it, looks like it's itching closer and closer to me as well. Damn, what do I do? What do I do? This laptop is clearly suspicious. But even so, there's no way of knowing what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I should just destroy it? Or maybe I could enter some kind of password? Don't tell me you're here just so I can write my last will and testament. With my back pressed against the wall, I scowled at the blackboard's impending mouth. The mop was useless. There was no exit. And as a bonus, I'm about to be devoured alive. What on earth should I... move? A voice came from behind me. Nagato? Is that you, Nagato? A crack ran across the wall, spitting it wide open with a sound of shattering glass. What emerged from the crack was... We made it in time. Looks like you're completely unscattered. Nagato! Koizumi! This is another perilous situation indeed. I see, it certainly is a man-eating classroom. Now is not the time to chat. If the three of us don't get us out of here fast, we're done for. Impossible. Huh? Behind Nagato, the broken wall was reconstructed with an almighty force. What in the world? There was a great likelihood that we wouldn't have time to deal with it from the outside. Wouldn't have time? The data life form is trying to increase its existence probability, and in this space. In other words, our lives are in danger as long as we're in here. Yes. So, what are you guys planning to do about it? Now, what are you in here with me? Use this. Saying so, Nagato once again handed me a mop. I just tried that, but it was completely useless. Without appended attribute data, it's only a mop. So you're telling me this is more than just a mop now? Yes, use this to destroy the singularities, keeping this space stabilized. You want me to play cleanup again in such a critical moment? Yes. You can see that at blackboard too, right, Nagato? I can see it. It's not a major obstacle. With her unusual nonchalance, Nagato held out her hand in front of the blackboard. In that moment, the blackboard snapped back to its original form with a tremendous force. I will restrain it, so do it now. Right, I got it. If I just get this done, everything will be fine. If worst comes to worst, I'll become a real spirit and haunt you at night, Haruhi. Okay, so the game is kind enough to let me save, which is really nice. Yes. And we can continue. Okay, it's the cleanup game again. But this time, looks like there's some cracks in the floor, making it a bit harder. So it's quite a long way, I see. Ah, okay, I think I kind of get it. So, the decisions you made during the story, they affect the gameplay, because they here affect how much time you have. So I guess the better decisions you make, the more time you have, or I don't know. It's kind of random, I guess. There's 3 accidents I need to clear up. I mean, no. 3 accidents I got earlier. Mikuru, Nagato, and Koizumi. Okay. Okay, I think I found something. Okay. This is suspicious. Maybe it's here. I don't get it. There's the exclamation marks here. I'm not the best at puzzle games, so I hope I do well. I guess it's like a minesweeper thing. I don't get it. No. Man, I feel so bad. You're gonna watch me fail now. Touch. Delay chance. Which topic should I use? Let's use Japan, Nation of Games. Okay, now I feel like Kyon. I don't get it. I don't find... I can't find the pin. I don't get it. Could it be like over here? No. Here? Okay. I got something. An accident occurred. Come on, Mikuru, let's hurry. But we're not allowed to run in the hallway. The wonders of the world won't just sit still and wait for us. So hurry up. Minus 60 seconds. I might have found something. Okay. Should be here. Okay, I'm seriously getting confused. I'll just do a swipe here since I'm here. Touch. Delay chance. Which topic should I use? Let's use Nagato's apology. I'm really sorry about before. I didn't mean to cause so much confusion. Confusion? What do you mean? I caused a bit of misunderstanding when I was crying in the computer society room. Huh? That? Don't worry about it. Water under the bridge. But because of that, I made you angry and stuff. That's not true. I was angry at the computer society, not you. You were totally innocent, Mikuru. Well, I guess you weren't exactly in the wrong either, though. After that, the thing with their data getting lost, I heard about the apology. Apology? From who? Kyon and Nagato. Hold on. This is the first time I heard of that. Back then, you got angry because of me, and the socket... I don't need the details. Just tell me what happened. Then, they lost all their data. And I heard that those two went and apologized. And by those two, you mean Kyon and Yuki? Yes, that's what I heard. I don't think Yuki would do that voluntarily, so it must have been Kyon's idea. Offering an apology without getting consent from the brigade chief is a major issue. Kyon's going to need a serious scolding later. No way! Kyon was just making things right after all the trouble we caused. You're wrong about that, Mikuru. Everything we've worked out fine. If everything would have worked out fine if they had just clearly explained the situation. Their failure to clean up the misunderstanding is on them, so both sides are in the wrong. I feel like we're the only ones in the wrong, though. What was that? I can't hear you. You're gonna need to speak up. Nothing. What was Kyon thinking, getting Yuki involved? Well, whatever. We'll deal with this in our evaluation meeting after the camp. We're gonna have an evaluation meeting? Depends on how I feel about the time. For now, let's just meet up with Kyon and the others. I hope I was able to buy you some time. Do your best, Kyon. Cute. This is a really adorable game. Although I'm totally lost. I'm so confused about what I'm supposed to do. Because I'm pretty sure another accident occurred. Oh, you're the president, right? It's the brigade chief. Say, you haven't noticed any strange happenings, have you? Strange happenings? Well, there was a lot of noise coming from the other end of the hallway. What? Okay, this is bad. I'm sorry, Kyon. I'm not sure if I can save you. I scanned most of the tiles. Pretty clearly it should be here. I'm just not sure how to access. Probably from here, right? Yeah, sure, I have to access it from here. Pretty sure about it. I hope I can do it in time. What topic should I use? We can use H2O. Okay. Oh, I can't actually walk there. I found it! Look, doesn't the hallway seem kind of strange? Huh? Does it? It's definitely strange. And it's weirdly dark, and the atmosphere feels kind of different from normal. So, it wasn't just my imagination? Let's hurry, Mikuru. Wait for me! That's not good. Yeah, delay chance. I think I'm gonna lose this. But it's fine, I'm just gonna do it again, it's alright. We can use Mikuru's tea. Suzumiya, would you like some tea? What's this all of a sudden, Mikuru? It's just that I thought you might be getting this thirsty. We literally just had tea back in the club room. What? How are you planning to have tea in the middle of the hallway anyway? Well, that's a fair point. Jeesh. Get your head straight, Mikuru. Okay, went well. Yeah, I think I get it. It's like, it's not enough to just scan the area, like... You have to scan, like, the exact field. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fail this. I still don't quite get this. It's probably here, right? Ah, okay. I think I get it. Oh! Did I do it? I think I failed. I started using Nagato's mop to erase the singularities, just as I did before. Please, be as quick as you can. Miss Suzumiya will return before long. Yeah, I get it. What would Haruhi see if she just came back now? An empty hallway? The entrance to the class 10? Seriously, if she came in here, what would become of the world? I absolutely can't accept a world when such a strange things are normal. Even worse, the destruction of the world, right? I put force in my mopping arm while thinking about that. Not that I have any idea of mopping with strength, even if it makes a difference. So, I continued sweeping around the classroom. I can only wonder how much time passed. I was mopping so frantically that I had lost any sense of time. I'd lost count of how many singularities I erased. But just as I finished one of them... Whoa! I was overwhelmed by the blinding light and the dizziness suddenly thrown into the hallway. I lost my sense of orientation and balance in the sheer immediacy of it all. As soon as I noticed, there was a hard linoleum hallway before my eyes. Ow! Are the two of you unhurt? Do I look unhurt to you? It would appear that you are just fine. Yeah, exactly. If there were a problem, it wouldn't be just that my nose hurts like death, or something as trivial as the slight dizziness. Good grief, that was quite the experience. Oh, right, where's Nagato? Here. Unlike me, it seems she didn't burst out into the hallway like an idiot. Are you hurt anywhere? No issues. Aren't you at all worried about me? It means the world to me to see you looking so well. Ah, yes, fortunately. By the way, what happened? This is a normal place, right? We do seem to be in the original space. Isn't that correct, Nagato? Yes, the original space and time. Alternate space was destroyed. It seems that somehow we were thrown out of that alternative space when it disappeared. It's safe to assume we are in the clear, right? It certainly seems so for the time being. That's quite interesting. I love the look on her face. What are you doing? Haruhi! What are you doing just sitting in the hallway? Plus, your nose. Huh? You've got a nosebleed. What? I wiped my finger under my nose, and there was blood, just as Haruhi said. What were you doing? That's disgusting. Haruhi squinted her eyes at me with suspicion. Wait, you're misunderstanding. Unbelievable. This is why you are... Listen to me, I beg you. How about you stand up before you start grumbling about this and that? Right. Well, did you end up finding the man-eating classroom? Well, there's no way I can tell her the truth. On the other hand, it doesn't look like Haruhi will be satisfied with nothing. Hello? How did it go? Ah, unfortunately we got nothing. What? You could plainly see her complexion changing. Us as well. We carried out the most thoughtful investigation we could, but unfortunately, there were few clues to be found. Rather, it's highly unlikely that there were any clues for us to find in the first place. What do you mean by that, Koizumi? For example, what if it were a mere mistake or misunderstanding? To begin with, there's only a single person who claimed to have seen the Class 10. The Computer Research Society member. Indeed, we're not in a comfortable position to disapprove. That event occurred only within his head, don't you think? You're trying to say... if he were confused or misguided? It wouldn't be a surprise that no trace of evidence was left behind to find. That was a sound argument, but how dare you put it so bluntly? I thought you said it wasn't in Haruhi's nature to be persuaded by words. Well, you certainly have a point. Mikuru, what do you think? Me? I guess so. It couldn't be like that, I think. No, now's the time to be more assertive, please, Asahina. Now that you mention it, they've been pulling an all-nighters here for a while, right? What about it? Maybe they started having weird hallucinations due to lack of sleep. Humans instinctively try to escape from painful or difficult things. Seeing things or hearing things are a prime examples of that, don't you think? A phantom classroom sounds perfectly emblematic of escaping from reality to me. Looks like she's not quite buying it. Say, Nagato, don't you think that kind of hallucination is fairly normal? Ugh. Was handling it over to Nagato a mistake? Staring at monitors for extended time periods causes strain on the eyeball and the optic nerve. See? Important. That's right. Exactly, those guys have been on computers the whole time, right? With all of these factors in mind, the misunderstandings theory makes a lot of sense, right? With Nagato's great assist coming out on the left field, I presume for Haruhi's verdict. Ugh, I guess that could be right. Phew. It's pretty poor explanation, but she seems to be somehow convinced. For goodness sake, hallucinating from tiredness? I've had enough of false alarms. I'd better barge in on the computer society and have a go at them. If you really want to pour salt on their tired wounds, I can't stop you. Why don't you do it when they're in a better condition, though? What are you talking about? Striking your enemy when they're weak is basic strategy. My apologies, computer society. I hope you don't mind taking one for world peace here. You look rather tired. Because I'm rather tired. I need to find the right timing to put an end to this summer camp. Looks like it's gonna be unforgivable summer in both good and bad ways. For now, I'm gonna cheer myself up by complaining to the computer society. I won't be satisfied until I've given them a piece of my mind. So said a wide-eyed Haruhi as she leapt off forward to the clubroom building. Hey, wait! I'm coming too! Good grief. Miraculously, Haruhi has left. Looks like I can relax for the time being. It looks like everyone had a rough time. Indeed, it was quite the struggle. Koizumi, what did you even do about the classified as struggle? At least I didn't see you do anything particularly helpful. I was able to use my abilities in that space, although to a limited capacity. I was blocking off anything from the alternative space that might interfere with you. You were? I totally didn't notice. I wonder, could there have been blades of light flying towards me? Like that time before I was attacked by a classmate? I just give you my thanks for now. If we're offering thanks, then the other ones as well. Everyone put in a distinguished effort. He's absolutely right. If it weren't for everyone here, who knows what we'd have been in for. Asahina and Nagata, thank you for doing such a fine job. Not at all. Compared to everyone else, all I did was talk with Suzumiya. No, that's exactly what I meant. I can't imagine how hard that must have been. But I suppose that's just another aspect of Asahina's charm. Well then, shall we go pay a visit to the computer society as well? I guess so. Oh, right. The tea should be getting cold by now, right? I can brew some more. Asahina said so with a smile on her face. Nothing like tea after hard work, right? Tea sounds good. Cute. Wait. What's wrong, Nagato? Oh, I can hide the text. No, I can't. My bad. We have not yet dealt with the source. Oh, damn, we're not done yet. Nagato was holding the laptop we've got from inside the classroom. So, that thing is the main body of data life form. No. Huh? In this device is one of part of data lifeform with limited functionality. Then the main body is still out there somewhere? Nagato gave a simple nod. And though we've defeated the final boss, I thought we defeated the final boss, but it turns out it was only a mini-boss. It seems we've been faced with an RPG trope so overplayed it's tiresome. It appears to be in our best interest to deal with it quickly. Let's start immediately. I'll go keep Suzumiya company. There is no need. The main body is here. Nagato held out her other hand, with which was a thin slab size of a postage stamp. Is that a memory card? Yes, a possession of the Computer Research Society president. Pinching the memory card between my fingers, I held it up to my eyes. It goes without saying, but it looked very much like a normal memory card. The main body of the data lifeform sleeps within. What do you mean, sleeps? Its functions are partitioned, and it has a self-compressed and suspended. Compress and suspended. In other words, it wasn't active as a lifeform. So that's why even Nagato couldn't find it at first. Yes. So then, what are the functions you said in it's partitioned? The ability to create potential space. So it's as I thought. I guess this is what the mysterious space was. All it did was generate that nuisance of a room. So what I was trying to accomplish? The data lifeform seemed more information for its evolution process. Needed more information. In order to support that, it transferred to a device with a greater storage capacity. But a laptop has more storage than a memory card, right? By invading a device that can more easily transmit, it has more chances to propagate. I suppose reaching a desktop computer would certainly be more comfortable than a laptop. It's just like a virus, don't you think? If it gained the ability to connect to the internet and perpetuate its evolution, it probably could have been able to spread throughout the entire world. Damn, we were lucky. What? That would have been a disaster. For sure. If we have left it alone, it would have eventually made its way to Haruhi. If that happened, the world would have truly found itself in crisis. What should we do now? For the time being, we should do something about this memory card, right? Yes. In order to delete its contents digitally, we need to temporarily connect it to a computer. But if it's a virus, won't it infect? Physical deletion will suffice. So you're saying we can just bend it with pliers or burn it in an incinerator? If we don't wish for Miss Suzumiya to notice, we'll need to wait for another opportunity. You really want me to just carry around something this dangerous? We need to destroy it ASAP, don't you think? Put an end to Haruhi's curiosity. Otherwise, we'll just say she wants to know the contents and bring it to the Computer Society. Here. Right. I placed the memory card in Nagato's palm. And just like that, it crumbled away into dust. The memory card has been completely destroyed within the palm of Nagato's hand. Damn, she's strong. Well, that's finally all sorted out. There shouldn't be any more strange girls appearing. Or classroom apartments for that matter, right? Excuse me? Is there something more? What's this mop doing here? If you're done using it, you should put it away, you know? Ah, it's probably best you don't touch that. Huh? Is there something special about it? Indeed, there is. It's a special mop made by Miss Nagato to use in alternative space. Its attributes were appended to affect wave functions. lowering existence probability. What? That's dangerous. That's really dangerous, isn't it? Without question, we should have disposed of it right away. I use such a dangerous thing? Well, I don't really get the theory behind it anyway. I see. Well, a practical way to explain it would be through Schrodinger's cat. What on earth is that? Say that you have a box containing a cat, radium, and a poisonous gas. The gas will only release in response to an alpha particles which may be emitted by the radium. The emission of the said particles only occur occasionally, however. So then, after some time passes, you open the lid of the box. Is the cat dead or alive? If any of those particles have been emitted, then it's dead. Otherwise it's alive, right? Only the outcome is impromptu here. Is it dead or alive? Important. It could be either dead or alive, I guess. Exactly. That's what a wave function is. Until we observe, the outcome is unknown. It's in a state where either case is possible. We can assume the chance to be 50-50, but what if it leads further into one direction? Let's say we increase the probability of a favorable outcome, or perhaps made an unfavorable outcome less likely. Is that even possible? It would seem so if this is the case, by the chance of alternative space existing was increased. But likewise, Miss Nagato's enhanced mop reduced that possibility. In fact, there's a person very close to us who is unconsciously capable of such feats. Haruhi, huh? That's right. As long as she wishes for the cat to live, it wouldn't matter how long you leave it in the box. The cat is still alive, right? On the contrary, it would probably have turned into something other than a cat, maybe even grown wings. Her head's filled with fantasies. She would really become a magician or something. Sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Miss Asahina, is the technique for your time traveler science or magic? It's probably classified information, but it's not anything like magic. It's exactly as Nagato said. Then, what about you, Nagato? Science or magic? Humans label hidden knowledge and the things they don't understand as occult. When you say occult, you mean ghost stories and urban legends. People react to things they don't understand with fear and apprehension, that's why. It certainly seems that way. Even the mop that just rolled in front of me is an unknown. I don't know if it's the pinnacle of scientific theory or if it houses some magical energy. So what is it then? Anything wiped by this mop sees a reduction in the probability of its existence. It can perhaps, no, it can truly stop things from coming into existence. So what, you just mop a person, they disappear? That's pretty dangerous. Isn't that right, Miss Nagato? Yes. So it's magic mop that can erase anything. For a mop, this really seems to be something quite terrifying. It's nothing like that homing mode baseball bat. This is some next level insanity. Nagato, please, could you hurry up and get rid of this disturbing thing? Understood. Good grief. Well, I guess everything's finally settled. Looks like we did it. Anyway, Haruhi should be satisfied with that, right? I can put it maybe louder because they're narrating.
まあ、考えてもみてください。コンピ犬の方々が遭遇したという怪現象があと3つあります。鈴宮さんのことです。このまま何事もなくとはいかないでしょう。
なんてこった。小泉の言うことには何ら異論の余地。それどころか 俺の経験から来る勘ってやつが激しく警告を発している。こんなものはまだ序の口だと。長門、一つ確認したいんだが。
何？
その情報生命体とやらはまだ他にもいるんか？
存在する。現在確認可能な個体数は。
いや、言わなくていい。危うく聞きたくもない答えが返ってくるところだった。
これは個人的な意見なのですが、3回で済めばまだマシな方かと。
いつまで待たせるのよ、キョン。
春日、
言っておくけど、私はこれっぽっちも満足してないわ。だいたい私が欲しいのは死んだの不思議にふさわしい階段なの。こんな三流ミステリーみたいな結末だったらいっそない方がマシよ。わかった、わかったらさっさと行くわよ。
なんてこった。春日のやつ、満足するどころか余計に火がついちまってるときた。
小泉君、次は？
はい、鈴宮さん。時間的に音楽室のピアノの件がちょうど良いかと。
じゃあそれに決定ね。今度こそバッチリこの目で
Alright, the
本
piano
物の怪奇
wasn't
現象を拝
explained.
んでやるわ。
Cool. Alright, looks like we mostly completed the first episode. I'll save the game now, and also call it quits now,
宮崎してもいいですか？
because it's kind of late. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this will be entertaining or useful in any way. I don't know. Like the concept of playing a visual novel like that is a bit useless. Like, there's only so much I can narrate and talk about. Most of it is just the story progressing, and if I talk over it, then I just stop it from progressing. So that kind of cancels it all out and kills the main point. But whatever. I'm having fun, so I guess I have to continue. I have to say the whole concept of like the whole concept of Haruhi not being allowed to know her powers, it kind of what it reminds me is kind of like having a dream, because it's kind of like when you are asleep and you're having a dream. It's like you are the one actually in control. Like when you dream, you are the one who is making up everything in a dream. Everything is a figment of your imagination there. But the thing is that the dream can only be a dream if you don't know that you are coming up with everything. It's like the first moment you realize that it's just a dream and that it's basically you dreaming it. You can kind of, it can be super fun because you can break it and you can do your own stuff, whatever you want. You can fly and, I don't know, do fun stuff, whatever you desire pretty much. But it's like, at the same time, it kills the immersion. And it can't be a dream anymore. And I think like here, this is a way how the story of Haruhi kind of makes sense, right? Like the story of Haruhi can only exist as long as Haruhi is not aware that she's the one making it up. As soon as she gets aware of it, it will end. Like it can't exist anymore if she knows about it. So, I don't know. It's an interesting concept. I want to know what the hell is a Schrodinger's cat. I'll Google it. Schrodinger's cat explain. In quantum mechanics, Schrodinger's cat is a thought experiment concerning quantum superposition. In the thought experiment, a hypothetical cat may be considered simultaneously both alive and dead. while it's observed in a closed box, as a result of its fate being linked to a random subatomic event that may or may not occur. Wait, I can maybe share the screen with you. Let's see if I can do it. I want to explore the phenomena of Schrodinger's cat. Why not? I'm not really sure how to do it. I'm sorry. I can just do a display capture. I think this is the best way to do it. It's gonna make a little bit of a clusterfuck, but I can do it. You're gonna see how unorganized I am. Yeah, this should work. So, while it is unobserved in a closed box, as a result of its fate being linked to a random subatomic event that may or may not occur, the experiment viewed this way is described as a paradox. This thought was devised by Erwin Schrödinger in 1935 in a discussion with Albert Einstein to illustrate that Schrödinger saw as the problem of the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics. So this is the cat. The cat is in a box, and something may or may not occur. There's this radioactive thing which may occur or not, and there's this gas which may occur or not. I wish I was smarter. A cat, a flask of poison, and a radioactive source connected to a Geiger counter. Oh, I get it. So this machine, whatever it is, the Geiger counter, is a machine which detects radiation. So the thing is that if radiation occurs, the counter will trigger and it will release the poison, right? Okay, I think. Suit box, internal radiator monitor, detects radioactivity. In a single atom decaying, the flask is shattered, releasing the poison, which kills the cat. The Copenhagen interprets implies that after a while the cat is simultaneously alive and dead. The cat. Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand this correctly. I don't want to give you the wrong interpretation, so I won't comment on it too much. I'm sure there's smarter people on YouTube who can explain this. Copenhagen's interpretation, Schrödinger's seemingly paradoxical thought experiment became part of the foundation of quantum mechanics. The scenario is often featured in theoretical discussions of the interpretations of quantum mechanics, particularly in situations involving the measurement problem. As a result, Schrödinger's cat has had enduring appeal in popular culture. Ah, here we are. The experiment is not intended to be actually performed on a cat, yeah, hopefully, but rather as an understandable illustration of the behavior and of atoms. Schrödinger's cat, how come, blah 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 blah. They collapsed, different interpretations. Schrödinger intended his thought experiment as a discussion of the EPR article. Counterintuitive nature of quantum superpositions. Quantum system when the particles are detected far from the last point of contact. Einstein pointed out that the state of an unstable keg of gunpowder will, after a while, contain a superposition of both exploded and unexploded states. I guess because it has the potential to do both. It can either explode or unexplode. So both states are possible, and you don't really know until you know it. To further illustrate, Schrödinger described how one could in principle create a superposition in a large-scale system. Man, I wish I was better at physics. This is the first time in life I felt I want to know physics better. So yeah, if you still go to school, try to listen, because you will understand Haruhi much better if you do. But that's what I like about the Haruhi, like it's, you know, it's, there's some interesting stuff behind it. Schrödinger wrote, "One can contrive, even completely burlesque way." What? A cat is put in a steel chamber along the following infernal device, which must be secured against direct interference by the cat. So the cat can't interfere. In a Geiger counter, so the radioactivity thing, there is a tiny amount of radioactive substance. So tiny that in the course of hour one of the atoms will perhaps decay, but also with equal probability that none of them will. If this happens, the counter tube will discharge and through a relay release a hammer that will shatter a small flask of hydro. If one has left this entire system to itself for an hour, one would tell oneself that the cat is still alive if no atoms has decayed in the meantime. Even a single atomic decay would have poisoned it. The PSI function of the entire system would express this by having in the living and the dead cat. It is typical of these cases that the oh my god. Yeah, English is not my first language, my bad. Blurred model as a representative of reality. This prevents us from so naively accepting a blurred model as a representative of reality. Per se, it would not embody anything unclear or contradictory. There is a difference between a shaky or out-of-focus photograph and the snapshot of clouds and fog banks. Wave function cannot represent reality. Reality of the cat mixes the living and dead cat. So Einstein responded, "You are the only contemporary physicist besides Loy who sees that one cannot get around the assumption of reality. If only one is honest, most of them simply do not see what sort of a risky game they're playing with, really. Reality is something independent of what is experimentally established. Their interpretation is, however, refuted most elegantly by the system of radioactive atom plus amplifier plus charge of gunpowder plus cat in a box, in which the PSI function of the system contains both the cat alive and blown to bits. Nobody really doubts the presence or absence of the cat is something independent of the act or observation. Note that the change of gunpowder is not mentioned in Schrödinger's setup, which uses a Geiger counter as an amplifier, and hydraulic poison instead of gunpowder. The gunpowder has been mentioned in Einstein's original suggestions to Schrödinger 15 years before, and Einstein carried it forward to present discussion. Measurement problem. Okay, so there's quite wide interpretation of this. But for what I understand, you know, we have a situation which could go either way, right? Like, the way they illustrate the problem is by using some really convoluted shit. It's like, you know, oh, you have the atoms, which obviously, you don't know how it works. You have this meter, whatever, which is also hard to understand, and the poison, which I guess that's the easiest part to understand. But I guess this is my uneducated interpretation, is that what they are trying to say is that it's like it's really easy for us to make a prediction, like, oh, the cat is alive, the cat is dead, and it's really easy to make a model, but we can't really know for sure until we open the box, because it's a completely random event in this case. Oh look, they even made like a model of the cat where he lives. They've put like a little cat in his apartment, I guess, on Hutenstraße 9 Zurück. So depends on the light conditions, you either see a cat or not. I guess it's either orange or black. Man, look at all these fucking scientists making such convoluted explanations of this. It's quite fascinating, actually. That's quite interesting. View the state of the cat before the box is opened as intermediate. The superposition itself had no physical meaning to Bohr. Schrödinger's cat would be either dead or alive long before the box is opened. But the cat and the box form an inseparable combination. Bohr saw no rule for human observer. Bohr emphasized classical nature of measurement results. Okay, so Bohr is a classical guy. The experiment is purely theoretical. The machine proposed is not known to have been constructed. However, successful experiments involving similar principles have been performed. These experiments do not show that a cat-sized object can be superposed, but the known upper limit on cat states has been pushed upwards by them. In such cases, the state is short-lived. As you can see, I'm really trying to understand this, but failing, which is unfortunate. Anyway, it was a fun playthrough of the Haruhi Suzumiya first episode, which actually means we are at the third of the game, because sadly only the first 3 episodes are translated, which I can understand, because as you can see, there is quite a lot of fucking text in here, and as you can also see, There's also quite a lot of complicated language and concepts going on, which are obviously not easy to translate, like fucking Schrodinger's cat and stuff. So yeah. Wow, I can't believe I've been online for an hour and 40